Let's give a round of applause to a very good friend, a champion in the mighty big lies, a man with much talent and much potential. I want to thank him for coming out tonight. When we were looking for someone to lead the new Department of People's Empowerment, and we look across the breadth of the public sector, there was one man whose name came recurring time and time again, and it was Duncan Big Lies Watley. I am happy that he accepted the challenge to, as it were, bring on stream a new department in government. I want to say how pleased I am tonight at again another tremendous outturn of support for Team Unity. Give yourselves a round of applause. And it tells me, as the leader of Team Unity and as the head of the government, that people are still interested in the message, in the vision that brought Team Unity together. And Team Unity is more than a movement. It is an idea whose time has come. And we will go forward ever, backward never with Team Unity. I want to say thank you because we are on the cusp of celebrating only 2 years in office. Only 2 years. And for all that we have done, for some people, it looks like it's 20 years. Because so many things we have been able to do. And you heard it from speaker after speaker at the head table. And they had more to say, and each one had to cut it short, except for Eugene Hamilton. It shows that this Team Unity administration has held true to its mandate to work for the people. And in recent times there are those having looked and see how well we are doing, and they can't deny it, because what we say is what the central bank has said, that we are the best performing country in the Caribbean. What we say is what the Caribbean Development Bank has said time and time again. What we say is what the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean has said. St. Kitts and Nevis is performing better than all the rest. What we say, because our word is our bond, is what the IMF report said in its Article 4 consultation dated 26th of July 2016. We are top of the class thanks to a Team Unity government. We have been able to have that performance because the country is in competent hands. Because our country is in competent hands, this Team Unity government under my watch took a decision in less than 2 years to wipe out the IMF debt. $117 million we wrote off. Well, not wrote off, we paid off. And bring an end to the national disgrace, where the first time in the history of our country, we went to the IMF begging. And imagine, I paying off Douglas' debt. $117 million. And I still come to the country to say, year after year, month after month, under my watch, the country is in surplus. $117 million still in surplus. We did what no other country in the world have been able to do last year. We paid a 13-month salary equivalent to 8.3% increase. Nobody else have been able to do it because the country is being competently managed. That will be part of our legacy. That is part of good governance. In one of his many writings on good governance, the illustrious QC said to us that a balanced budget is part of good governance agenda. Well, my budgets have not only been balanced, they have ended in surplus year after year. So in 2016, after paying off $117 million of debt to the IMF, I returned a surplus of $130.3 million. So if the balanced budget is an indicator of good governance, what you call a surplus? What you call a surplus? And that is why when you hear the convenient babbling and chatting about good governance, the one-sided talk is intended to distract. Tell them, I say, there is no greater example of good governance than a government that keeps faith with the people. Our faith, our mandate has been given to us in the prosperity agenda, our manifesto for 2016, 2015 to 2020. And we have been delivering. Our contract with the people is intact. We governing in accordance with the will of the people. And that is why tonight is a packed house. Give yourself a round of applause. So happy to see so many of you. And so I say thank you. I see people in the house from Sandy Point. Thank you, may God bless you. I see people in the house from Bastille. Thank you, may God bless you. I see people in the house from Canary, St. Peter's, St. Christopher Red. I say thank you. I see people in the house from number 6 and number 4, and I say thank you. And I see my beloved warriors from number 7 in the house. And I say to God be the glory. God be the glory. Because whenever we are ready to ring the bell, she got the bell. She got the bell. And the people will determine when the bell will be rung. She ready like Freddie. Number 7 is ready to face an election again. And I am ready to face an election again. And if we brought victory to the people while we are in opposition, now we have the mantle of government. Unless we are some puppy show, we can't give back power from whom we fought so hard to take it. There is only one option. Let's face it, the reality of the politics in the country is that we will face the election with 2 parties and 2 movements. That is how it has always been, and it will not change. It will be a contest between the rejected Douglas Party and a contest between the Team Unity movement. That is what it will be. So make up your mind. You are either with Team Unity or you with the rejected Douglas regime. Douglas will well love to face an election of the type he fought in the past, with opposition elements divided, not being able to consolidate. That is how they bank on their return to victory. That Team Unity was a concoction that could never be realized. Thanks to you, because when many doubted that ordinary sons and citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis could look beyond the past to a brighter future of opportunity and trust and prosperity and accountability, you believe. That is why we are here. You believe that when we mounted the stage at Greenlands on that fateful and historic day, the 26th of September, after so much public clamoring, 4 polls conducted in this country. Each and every poll in the country said the people wanted unity. Some people forget. You said, we are here tonight, not just because we wanted it. It was the only way to victory. Poll after poll, 4 polls consistently said, one pathway to victory. It was through Team Unity. No other way. Over 70+% of the people. That was what Washi and them were talking about. Long before we, the political leaders, inhibited by history of party division, were able to do. Culture, a big man, was saying he laid down his cross for Team Unity because that was the only solution to a victory and a change of government. Mr. Politics, well, culture, labor, how to mix up you all, or you're calling so fast on the radio. When the one or the other. Mr. Politics, are we? Same thing. Ordinary people were vocalizing about the need for a new message, a new vision, a new construct to come together to take the country back and to put it on a higher platform of growth and development. That is the history. That was the vision. Country above party. Because the country needed redemption. There was a need for a redemption song. We came with the redemption message. We had the redemption song. And an old stalwart like Richard Keynes, who went through the tough and tussle of party politics for years. And one time he had more money than God. He didn't need the politics. He went on the platform with Operation Rescue, and he said, the only way forward is unity. I want us to give Richard Keynes, he's here tonight. He understood the essence, the beckoning of history. We must create a new history for our people. Jean had it right. Unity over division. Hope over despair. And all those phraseology. And so I say thank you. I say thank you to another stalwart, Ambassador Michael Powell. He had a radio program and he devoted it not to party but to country, and his message was team unity. The way to go, give Ambassador Powell a round of applause. I say thank you to these people and to all of you. All of you. Ours has been a movement of love and a movement for country. He's a pastor. He'd go to a church and they shout loud. So Psalms 133, how pleasant and good it is for brethren and sistren to dwell together in unity. Lest we forget, we are in government now, being able to deliver for you in the manner in which Hamilton has described, because we are unity. Only one pathway to victory. So you're either with the Douglas rejected party or you're with unity. There ain't no in between. There ain't no in between. That is how the elections will be fought going forward. And one pathway to victory is unity. Even before that, we sat down with consultants. Consultants tell us there is no pathway in a small country in St. Kitts and Nevis for the emergence of a third party. Understand? Consultants said the country too small. What's going to happen? You are going to be dividing up the resources that are in opposition to the government. A government that historically has a stronger base than any other party. So if the forces against that are divided, you lose. You lose. Unity is strength. It was the strength of unity moving through every constituency that brought them home. I know it and you know it. Slybon Camper knows it because he was there like a lonely soldier with myself and Lindsay going house to house in Virtual's housing, in Old Road Extension, all up the street when you're going up to this place, Caribel Batik, going up the Wingfield Road. He was there. He was there the last Saturday before the election when we went up Franklin Road with about 30 young people canvassing, saying we need you to deliver. Deliver for unity, being represented by Lindsay. You know Sly. And although you ain't win the bingo, you're still here. Give Slybon Camper a round of applause. He believed in what he was doing. He had faith in the vision. And he is prepared. You should have been forced if they had a line. For when others were afraid, you could have done get a lot of bang up where you used to be here, Sly, to be honest with you. But you stood firm to the cause. And unlike some who figure, as soon as they ain't get the O, as soon as they ain't get the O, they're going on Facebook, they're going on radio, they're going to try to criticize, they're going to try to hit the unity here, hit somebody there, and say them a balance it off. There ain't no balancing. On election day, you are faced with two choices. Unity, of which you are welcome, or back to Douglas. That is what. And Jam Down was right. We ain't build no unity for nobody to mash it up. We ain't do it for that. We do that to go forward. Unity is strength. And we are not perfect. We are different groups that have come together. And Jean had a way of saying this line. Somebody give Jean. I learned that in teaching insurance at the University Center, about the different stages to which we must go in. What you used to say, you forget now. But you're coming back to him. And he talk about the various stages, the bonding, the this in, the that in, and all of these things. And after what he has said tonight, you know that Eugene Hamilton is in the performing stage. Give him a round of applause. And that is why I come here tonight to ask the people of Number 8 to continue to give your support to the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, and to say that I will be with him in the alleyways and the byways. I will release the O for the people in constituency Number 8 to get what is required to keep them happy. That is why we have chalked up the savings. We ain't chalk it up for one man to come with the brazen forwardness. I want a contract to do a consultancy in health for $150,000 US. Work out that. That are nearly $500,000. And if you mean that we will lose the support of that vagabond, let his support be lost for the greater good of the people of this country. That is what it is. That is what it is. So when you hear them making the noise, undermining the honorable member for Number 8, attacking the lovely honorable Senator Wendy Phipps, who ain't do them nothing, attacking me, is because at the end of it, in not what Wendy do, in not what Hamilton do, to get the $150,000, I have to look at the O, and I'm not doing it. There are roads to be built. There are people to be helped. $10,000 could bring another 40,000 families into enhanced living standard under the health program. And that is why I ain't released the O. And I don't care how they ball. I don't care how much noise they make. It is the right decision to do. And you hear how them go on, them selfish people who are getting things from the government. But that is for another time. And while they're out there attacking the government itself, you know, ain't no good governance. The people who are attacking the government, every one of them put a proposal to this government to make millions of dollars off the backs of the ordinary people. And somebody had to say no. Somebody who don't need them. Somebody who they can't control. Somebody whose constituency is strong to withstand their bricks, their sledge, and their words. Somebody, and in the end, it comes back to me. It comes back to me as a leader of the government to take a stand that is right on behalf of the people. So when they're waiting for the big contract to make money off poor people, and you look and you see the roads to be done, the water still to bring to homes, the pit latrines to bring an end to, especially in central Bastia, you have to say no. If they have B-I-N-G-O, bingo, that's what them are waiting for. Hold back the O. Hold back the O. They want the public treasury to play bingo with, and I will not let it happen. We have better things to do. And our record is a record of excellent achievement. And we could only have done that because we have confidence in you. And that is why I am so happy, Enver, to see you tonight. Give Enver a round of applause. Happy to see Enver. Happy to see QT. Happy to see Alice Pemberton. Happy to see so many people, my good friend there from Greenlands. Happy to see all of you. Happy to see Massive. Massive is here tonight. Could have been anywhere, but he's a champion. I am happy to see Roy Rogers tonight, because when I canvassed Upper Stapleton, Roy was the one that came out one rainy afternoon as we went up that street, and I asked him, where are the workers? Roy, maybe two others, pass a man there doing the furniture, encouraging the man to register. Roy was there. Roy, stand. Give Roy a round of applause. Canvas, Paris, a few of us. Always the laborers are few. But I could talk it because I walked the length and breadth of this constituency, selling the message, not of PLP, not of PAM, not of CCM, only tangentially selling the message that we will defy history of partisan politics and come together under the banner of unity, and we can make it work. Tonight you see that it is working. When we started out, we're going to get swearing on the 18th, Douglas Thomas and Parts. I haven't resigned. I hear them on the radio said that Dr. Harris is going to be sworn in as the Prime Minister. He cannot be sworn in. You people of St. Paul's, you're going to stay here and let him be sworn in. I have not resigned. You understand? That one man who losing it, being in power for too long, so he can't fathom that the world has moved beyond him and creating unnecessary anxiety. Imagine a man so desperate for power that on election day, the supervisor of elections, and Noel is right, and the Attorney General has to, as part of the good governance agenda, ensure that what Wingove George did on election night will never happen again. It's not happen again. The man, election coming in, he said he run from Boy Sharp once he heard that Patrice come to by 4. He run from Boy Sharp and he went to Government House and he took out all the things that he wanted to take out. And he ain't concede the election. Nigel Carty, if you recall, was the one who conceded on behalf of the party. But it took 4 prime ministers. Kamla Prasad out of Trinidad, Mississauga. It took Gonzalez, his pardon, out of St. Vincent. It took my good friend Skerritt out of Dominica. And it took, what was another one? The guy out of Bahamas, Keith Mitchell. 4 to 6 prime ministers had to tell the man, you can't do that to the country. And Ralph Gonzalez told me, you know, when I called Douglas, comrade, you know, Ralph, comrade, what nonsense I'm hearing up there, man. I hear you lose. And you wouldn't let the thing go, Douglas. I can't support that, you know. I stood with you, but this is democracy. He said, I don't know what George is doing. I myself trying to find George. That liar. He trying to find George. Mean George and his own. And that is what Douglas do to people. Uses them and then throw them under the bus. Leave them alone. That is what he did to Terence Crossman. That is what he did to Llewellyn Mead. Uses them and then throw them under the bus. So those who want to play careless, to go back that way, that is a matter for them. A word to the wise is enough. Let me finally say thank you to the parties that have made up this team. I want to say thank you to the Honorable Sean Richards, leader of the People's Action Movement. Give him a round of applause. For in good times and bad times, I have been able to repose confidence in him as a loyal and supportive Deputy Prime Minister. Equally, I want to say thank you to the Senior Minister and Preparer of Nevis, the Honorable Vance Emery, for his support and loyalty. He could have been in Nevis tonight, but to show you where his heart is, in the movement that we call Team Unity, he's here celebrating with us. Give the Honorable Premier a round of applause. I want to say thank you to the Honorable Ian Patches. I call him up on election day, and he tell me he asleep. I said, Patches, you know how you go asleep and vote account? Vote account me at the station counting, I take every vote seriously. Every vote seriously, because a vote for Harris is a precious and sacred vote. And he's telling me he asleep. I say, you better go down at the station. For I hearing a close call. And if I know Douglas, you better reach there before Douglas reach there. He said, all right. I call him back. And my boss. Look, you went down there. You're lucky. I hear they were going behind the floor. But when he reached, the officer said, the floor for him. You see what a difference timing make. So I want to thank him for being a member of this team. And for the pleasure we have had of working together on your behalf. I want to thank the Honorable Attorney General, who did an excellent presentation tonight, to thank him for his support in pushing forward the legislative agenda. Little things people take for granted, that we could have a decent parliament, and the parliament is at its best when the Labour people gone out. For Douglas is the creator of confusion and misbehavior, and the speaker has to be stern with him from the beginning. Lay down the rules. I want again to congratulate my neighbor in the Honorable Jean Hamilton, to thank him for his support and for being an excellent member of the team. I want to thank also the Honorable Lindsay Grant, member for number 4, for his contribution and support to the team. And I want to thank all the supporters from Halfway Tree and Old Road who have come out tonight, and to say thank you. And on the 15th of February, we come into Challengers. So you could pass out the word so people in number 4 could be ready. Well, it's the day after Valentine. So all the cases of wine that have been left over from the party he and his wife having, Slyburn Camper bringing them up to Challengers. for the after party. We say thank you. I want, of course, to thank all those, our other ministers who are not here, but in particular to remember the outstanding contribution that Senator Wendy Phipps has made to the government, to the parliament, and to the delivery of health care in St. Kitts and Nevis. Oncology wing, dental health care facility, Mary Charles, brand new. MRI services available in the country for the first time, saving people the cost of travel to Antigua, St. Martin, Trinidad, and Barbados. And between April and December of 2016, 426 MRIs were successfully done right here in St. Kitts at the St. Kitts Biomedical Farm. Progress! Healthcare for all. Moving all up. We are moving all up. Healthcare right here. So we have a lot to be proud of. I want to say thank you to our advisors and ambassadors. I want to thank Mr. Connor, our candidate in number 6, for his support. I want to thank Ambassador Powell, General Powell, and Ambassador Michael Powell for their support. And I want to thank all the people who have given so much support to our efforts. I remember in particular those of you who pray every day and every night to keep the government going strong and well, because it is as much a spiritual warfare as it is of any other type. We must say to God be the glory, because when they wrote us off, we defied them. And we are now there in government, and they want to come in. Whenever they come in parliament, you know, they have to call back Douglas, for Douglas coming over on government side, for getting here in opposition. So often that has happened. I end with this final note of thank you to all of you who have been part of the team, and invite you to our week of activities, which will get started on the 12th of February 2017. Ambassador Sidney Osborne is the chairperson for that committee. He was a long-standing head teacher of Cayon High School. Ambassador Stan, let us give him a round of applause. And so we have a very lovely program which we will unfold tomorrow at the press conference and on Michael's show and on every other radio program. You will find something for each of you. From church service in the morning to a Singspiration with an overseas artist up at Greenlands, to the night when we're going to be in the paddock for the young people with a talent explosion being organized by Big Lice and the McPhails and all the young people and them putting their heads together and all of that and all the other things. So we will be celebrating because we have a lot to be celebrating. We have delivered. We have kept faith with the people. 2 years ain't even come yet. Look what a wonderful thing we have done for this country. So thank you again. I love St. Kitts and Nevis. I want to see us achieve the prosperity. I want to see an end to the upsurging homicides in the land. And we will do all that we must do to bring a correction. I want to thank our hard-working security officers, our police and defense force for their work. Give them a round of applause. And we will bring, as part of our good governance agenda, some new legislation. Bring more severe penalties where it is required. We will bring legislation to make more effective use of DNA. We will bring legislation that will prevent those who are on serious capital offenses from getting bail easily, because those who are creating torment in the country, they must suffer the consequences of their actions. They must suffer the consequences of their deplorable conduct. I make the appeal to all of you are here. If you are a good unity supporter, forget the guns. Forget the guns. If you know where they are, talk to the police, talk to a pastor. Even go into Richard Cayon's place and tell him, and he will pass it on the message where it is good to go. We have to start protecting our families. And you can't protect the family with the legal activities happening in the family. If the children in the house and you can't go with them, ask them to leave, get the police to remove them. Because unless you take the right action, you're going to regret it. You will regret it. And when the police use the necessary force, I don't want nobody call, say they knock down my door. For if you do a shut-in criminal, it must be knocked down in the pursuit of law and order. There must be no hiding for those who are shooting left, right, and center in our country. No responsible person should be defending that. It doesn't matter whether they're in Basti or in country. I make the point, Team Unity ain't gonna gun. Team Unity ain't gonna cap no criminals. And we're not in support of any gang. We will not support criminality and vagabondry in the country. We will not let them tarnish any further the good name of the country. And so all of us have to do what we can. If you know your sister child in a gang, you better talk to him. You better talk to him. Because either you're going to reach him first or another gang will reach him or her before you. If you know that children are going into a high school with drugs to sell, you better bring an end to it. You better say to somebody, you must be able to walk any hour of the night, anywhere in this country, vast our country. There must be no crime hotspot in this land which we are nurturing, and we must not give any support to them. I have said to my constituents, if it's one call you got for foolishness, like you not pay child support and you know your child are yours. And you know, even if it ain't yours, the magistrate can say pay for it in advance. Now call me to help with no child support. But we can't support that kind of ill discipline in the society. If it is that you have been caught with some criminality, leave me out of it. Leave me out. Because unless we draw a line in the sand, we will not restore peace. We have to draw a line in the sand. And our line is that on the side of Team Unity, good governance, accountability, and prosperity. The homicides, the gun running have no place under good governance, accountability, and prosperity. Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful evening. God will bless you, and God will bless your leaders. And on your behalf, when they're waiting for the bingo, I will not release the yoke carelessly. Thank you very much.